I'm sorry, everybody, for being so late. I know we are. It's terrible of me. It's 25 past 10. But I am here, so welcome to the world of Q&Asa, where the past, present, and future of games all converge, and we have a lovely time. Everything's a little bit scrappy, because it just is. It just is. But let's do it. So, if you've never been here before... Wait a minute. The echo... No, it's okay. It's just a U echo, right? It's not my fault. Maybe it is my fault. I don't know. Either way, welcome, people that are here. This is Q&Asa. It's a little bit different to the other podcasts and things that we have on this channel, in that this is just a big conversation in which I can't hear what I want to hear. There it is. In which you talk to me, I talk to you, you talk to each other, and we just talk about games and anything that we want to, really. So, yes, I'm really, really late. How is everybody doing? And also, let me think. You're not getting noises that you don't want come out, are you? No, you should be fine. You should be fine. Everything's just about right. I'm not in the Sonic Discord. I'm not in the Discord, no. Hold on. Sorry. So, one of the options that we present for this show, which very rarely gets taken up, but there is an option if you want to. One of the things that we do is if you want to get your face and or voice onto the internet to say things, you can do so. Just stick yourself in one of the usual waiting rooms, the same waiting rooms that we use for our community game things, and I'll pull you in and you can have a little talk to people. It's very nice, but don't feel like you need to. You can also throw money at the internet with the super chats and things like that. I'll probably miss them and not even read them out, so don't bother unless you really want to, and I won't actually miss them. You know how it goes. I might actually miss them. So let's do the show. One of the main features, highlights, bits that people like on the show is that you can just stick questions. Anything that I miss in this little conversation that we're having, you can stick into the Q&A box, and at the end of the show we get through all of the things that you've put in there. Sometimes we get through all of the things that you put on Discord as well, but I didn't set up the forum post for it, so probably just the Q&A box will be enough for today. How's everybody doing? I see some of you are familiar with the show and you already know how it works. You've already started to tell me what you're playing. Just James, I know you're staying up extra late, and I'm sorry. I know. You told me that you weren't going to make it. You were all angry that it didn't start until 10. And then I started way later. So please accept my humblest of apologies. Isla, you can't hear me on Discord. I'm lit up on Discord, so you should be able to. That's a you technical issue that I can't help with very much. It does say Blair on my t-shirt, in much the way as I do when I close out streams and things. Just James, you're still trying to maintain every class at the same time on Final Fantasy rather than picking a favourite and pushing it forwards. Welcome, Tom. Welcome, episode 13. Welcome, Tony. Welcome, FTW, and everybody else that's there. Right, let me scroll up and see what you're playing. So Final Fantasy 14 for Just James, obviously. You must be a million hours into that now, and still presumably installing it, and still trying to make it worth their while putting that on the Xbox, eh? Because that's where you play it, isn't it? When does the Dawn Trail expansion come out? The next one. Tony, you love it when a game can go there. So Tony, you're on Fallout New Vegas. Episode 13, you've correctly identified various bits and pieces. The background is indeed Hypercharge. I don't know if this is still in Hypercharge. The background that I've got here is from the tutorial from Hypercharge as of about 2 years ago. I don't know if you still do this or not. I'm assuming, like, they're a small studio, they won't have binned the assets or anything like that, but I don't know if the tutorial has survived that length of time. Are you planning... Why are you still playing New Vegas, Tony? Can you not play it on your Steam Deck when you're sitting on a bus getting paid for your doing nothing, as you tell me? Cygnus is Hypercharge on Steam. Why is it not getting PC traction? It is on Steam. It's been on Steam for a long time. It did the whole early access thing. So I think most of its traction has come off the back of that Joe, the social media manager, and his like stirring up Xbox fans for the last year. So a lot of it's sales, and I'm not saying this as like disparaging what they've done with the game or anything like that, but it's very, very difficult for an indie developer to get any attention on any platform, and that includes Steam. But he's done a good job of social media wrangling. And they've got, I think last I heard, they were approaching 50,000 sales on the Xbox, which might not sound like a lot, but when you consider it's a team of 6 and they are self-publishing, I think they'll be very happy with it. Be very happy with it indeed. And Tony, it'll be a disservice to play such a great game on a portable device. See, you do have the same taste as me. You like your greens and your oranges. You like the winter. You don't like playing good games on portable devices. But you do seem to be on a mission to sell that Steam Deck to other people so they can play their emulated games. Indeed. Episode 13, it is lovely. Do you have it, episode 13? FCW, Tom, you know what? FCW is my favourite Crabber man as well. And I know like 4 other Crabber people. So, at first you would have been like, well, you don't know any Crab people. But no, I know 4 of them. FCW is my favourite. So 13, you will be buying it. So yeah, I've got it on Steam. I had it on Steam for a while. And it is crossplay, which is a neat touch, which means when everybody gets it on the Xbox, I can play with them. But so far, will it rotate into community games? Well, episode 13, there is a post on Looking for Group Forum asking people to sign up and tell me if they have this game, if they want to play it. And I don't think many people have responded. So it can't go into community games until I know that the community has it. Because otherwise it would just be me. James, you've larred Final Fantasy XIV for 10 days since you started. This game is huge. You've larred Final Fantasy XIV. You've larred it. Not sure what that means, or if I'm reading it correctly, but yes, the game is huge. I still want to play that, and I still want to play World of Warcraft. But as you've probably noticed, I'm also on a massive retro kick. I don't know what's happened. If this is like you hit a certain age and suddenly you want to play games from your childhood. The games from my childhood happen to be, I'm just young enough that they're the cool games. Not like these people that go on there in televisions and Ataris and stuff. Sorry, Pete, if you're there. But, you know, my kid games are the best kid games, which I'm sure everybody says when they start playing retro games at some point in their life. But sometimes, and it's a bit of a pain when I do podcasts and things like that, but sometimes I find the news cycle and marketing beats and, like, topical FOMO games just disinteresting. Uninteresting, sorry. They're uninteresting. There is no... you know, the other kind. Just uninteresting. And it's not true. I love all the games. We're right at the start or in the middle of showcase season, and I'm going to love their showcase, and they're going to show me loads of things that I'm looking forward to. But I still want to sit and play Final Fantasy VII from 1997, and I want to play Infinite Undiscovery because I never played it, and it looked interesting. And I want to play Skies of Arcadia because I have fond memories of it. Like, there's so much old stuff that I just want to play at the moment. 90s games are the best kid games, period. Well, FCW, I'm inclined to agree. But, you know, either you never stopped playing your old games. Yeah, but those are still current, most of them. Not all of them, but Minecraft isn't an old game. Like, it is, but it's still current. Not retro if it's still supported. So... I know you didn't say Minecraft, but that was the first example that came to mind. Your old sim games count, because you don't even play the new ones. You don't actually play Klonoa, so that doesn't count. Every now and again you play some Lemmings, that counts. Minecraft spans generations. If things become retro, and talk to you about Klonoa. Okay, I won't. Fine, my lips are sealed. Show's over. I consider things retro as soon as they're not officially supported. So the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One are not retro yet. But before long, they're going to fall into that category. That'll be exciting, because then I can play PlayStation 4 and Xbox One games and call them part of the Retronomicon that I enjoy so much. Sonic 3, no, she's a Sonic Adventure person. Stuck in the past, but I'm not stuck in the past, episode 13, because sometimes, in fact, multiple times this week, but sometimes I stick a virtual reality headset on my face and get stuck in the future. That's why I always say on the show at the start of it, the past, present and future of gaming all converges, because I love all of it. And I genuinely do. I play current things, I play wildly futuristic treadmill things, and I play ancient things as well. And they're all brilliant. And then I go onto the internet and find out that actually I'm wrong. Everybody hates games. Playing things is a miserable experience, and it's all about the hatred. And you know what? I'm happy to be wrong. I'm gonna stay in my little wrong zone and just play games and enjoy them. We're scoring things. Scoring games. Oh, I see. Christmas, you always plug in an old console and pretend it's 2002. Yeah. Just James, you turned your 360 on the other day. The memory is gutted. The store is closing. Yeah. Are there any particular like Xbox 360 highlights that you want to play on the original hardware because they're not compatible with the new one? Because I do have an Xbox 360 still like operational, a working Xbox 360 in the other room. Don't think it's got an HDMI port, which makes it a little bit tricky, but not a lot tricky. And I don't know if it's worth setting up, because obviously not everything is playable on the Series X. Not everything was back compat, but a lot of games are. Viva Pinata is on there. You can play Viva Pinata on the current one though, can't you? I mean actual Xbox 360 games that you can't play on the Xbox Series X. The Godfather, can you not play that? I know original Xbox, like there's not that much that's compatible with the original Xbox, so if I want to go and play Kung Fu Chaos, I need to dig up an original Xbox from somewhere. Oh, should I try and get one? No, it's not worth it. Don't be stupid me, I've got enough games to play. Go fix the Fall of Cybertron is on your list of games to finish. How long is the list of games to finish? Roller Coaster Tycoon still gets a lot of attention from you. Galactic Air is a good game. It's not the same as Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, but the link to Theme Park, to Theme Hospital, to 2 Point Hospital, to Galactic. So, in theory, we might be back now. Are we back now? That's James. Yes, your Wi-Fi is playing up. Don't blame me, everybody. Audio? Don't tell me audio. Is the audio glitching? Either is the audio glitching in Discord? Now it's better. Still a few games to finish as well. Seems fixed now. Okay. So every now and again, YouTube just... my connection is fine and YouTube just rejects the stream for a little while. And a little flick off and on normally sorts it out. This time, a little flick off and on made it confused and it just crashed. So, I just made you run up and down the stairs twice. You're welcome. You wanted to do that, right? Yeah, I'm going to assume you wanted to do that. You're welcome. Where were we? I don't know. It's not that many stairs, episode 13. It's not that many stairs. She's alright. I don't know what we're talking about. I don't know if that message at the bottom is going to disappear like it's supposed to, or if I fucked it. May have fucked it. I'm going to sort that. Which might fuck things even more. But... oh no, things are moving. No, they're not. No, they're not. Message. Bar. And... that's a normal. Okay, there we go. So retro games. We're talking about retro games. We're talking about back compact games. So the Xbox, basic, old original Xbox. You can play things like Black. You can play other things. You can play Black. You can play Fusion Frenzy. You can play Mercenaries. Like there's about 20 odd games from that. Maybe a few more that you can still play. But there's a lot of games on the original Xbox that you can't play, like Kung Fu Chaos, which is better than Party Animals in every way. Probably like really not a game that you could play today without offending a lot of people, now that I think back on it. But in terms of raw gameplay mechanics, far better than Party Animals. GoldenEye is hard to play now. Yeah, Red Hood 231. Hello, welcome. How are you and what are you playing? So GoldenEye got a relatively recent release to remind people how things have changed, isn't it? I like retro games. I can play so many old ones. GoldenEye's probably not on the list. It took me ages to get through GoldenEye properly. Because back in the old N64 days, I did do it properly. I finished everything on it. Back before achievements were a thing, before there was any online sharing of what you were actually up to. Did it because I did it. GoldenEye was decent on Xbox, worth doing the campaign. I don't think it is worth doing the campaign, but each to their own. If you enjoyed it, then you enjoyed it and it was worth it for you. Baz, you nearly pulled the trigger for Hypercharge, but there's no way that you're playing with randoms. 20 quid. Yeah, like stick your name on the looking for group post though, Baz, because we might end up getting a group that's willing to do it. I'm also not going to play it with random. Steven Southwick, I literally was thinking, I wonder if I should play Shining Force 2. About half an hour ago I was thinking that when I was driving and plotting and planning my retro games. Should I go back and do Shining Force 2? Is that going to be too old? I don't care, I want to do it. I've already... Shining Force 3 is very like prominent in my mind as one that I need to do, but I have played through that one like 3 times already. And I've never done Shining Force 2. And it is still supposed to be good, but it is very old. That's like Mega Drive Genesis game, isn't it? So, did I not play it on the 64? Yes, episode 13. That's where I'm saying that I finished it entirely, 100%, all of the timed challenge, extra bits and pieces on the missions. Fully played it on the N64. And the single player was great back in the day on the N64. But I don't think it's necessarily that worth playing now. Which is like how retro games work. I can't actually time travel. I can't go back to when I was 14 or whatever and play it on an actual N64 on a CRT TV while I've got homework due. It's worth it for love? No, don't think so. Don't need a heart. Don't want a heart. Just want to play good games. So what else is there? Tell me more about what you've all been playing, because that's my favourite part. That's where I learn about what games I want to play. You people tell me what's good, what you're playing, why you, like, if you're enjoying it, why you're enjoying it. All of those kind of things. Baz, you thanked the Gaming Arcadia. Yeah, so I made the same mistake as well, because there's only so many crypt names you come to expect, isn't there? I have a damn heart. Embrace it. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know about that. Topics wise, it's showcase season, so I guess those would be the front and center topics. I haven't told you about games yet. Galactica, good game. Final Fantasy VII, the original, the classic, even without mods, keeping it all shoddy looking and ancient. Love it. The music is brilliant and the sound effects are terrible, which is kind of fascinating. But the plot storytelling is a lot more cogent than my memory had me believe. And the characters, I know the story fully well as it's told in Final Fantasy VII Remake, because that's much more recent. But to see just how many of the characters were directly pulled from it, and how much of the story was directly, it's much more clear where the deviations are, having played them like that. Is Final Fantasy VII via back compat? It's via back compat in that they did a modern release of it on the Xbox One. I'm playing that version. So it's not back compat from the original, it's back compat from the Xbox release that was in, do you remember, Isla? Was it like 2018 or something? When they did the big Final Fantasy Game Pass drop, that's when it came to Xbox. So I'm not playing it back compat from the discs that I've got. And terrible mistake. Nearly knocked my light over just to say I have the discs for Final Fantasy VII literally right there in front of me, but no, I'm not using those discs, and they are all in there as well. Oh, what? You won't see this because it's too far away, but to be extra confusing, I've opened it up. Both of those discs that you can see are Final Fantasy VII disc 1 of 3. Why have I got 2 of disc 1? And then I've got disc 2 and disc 3. So I've acquired and duplicated the first disc of Final Fantasy VII. I don't actually know the story there. I've nearly knocked my light over, but it's okay. It's still up. It's working. On Game Pass, drop thing is cool. Yeah, it was cool when they did it, but they're not on Game Pass anymore. Just James, you have the disc 2 for 7, 8, and 9. I don't have. I've got 9. I haven't got 8. I don't think. Might be around somewhere, but it's not in my little pile in front of me. Yeah, I've got 9. That's 9. Don't know why I've got a very limited selection of games sitting in front of me. You need to buy them now. Yes, you need to buy them now. Episode 13. But that's alright. You can buy Jade Empire right now for £3. I've never played that. Thought Game Pass started in 2020. No, Game Pass started in like older than that. Right? And also, I can't remember when. You told me when Final Fantasy dropped on Xbox. I don't know the answer. Might have been 2020. Yeah, Stephen Southwick. I thought 2017 was Game Pass, but they didn't immediately do the day one games today. The day one game started with Sea of Thieves. So whenever Sea of Thieves came out. Go Live started in the pandemic. Yeah, but Game Pass was older than Go Live. It just didn't get popular for a long time. Alex without any E. You're playing Diablo 4 Season. Alex, are you the same Alex? Or are you a different Alex? I know that question doesn't necessarily make sense, but if you just do your best to answer, because the Alex with the S is playing Diablo 4 Season 4 as well. You're enjoying the new content and you're playing Destiny 2 Final Shape. You love the campaign, the new campaign and the gear. So tell me if Destiny 2 Final Shape campaign is something that you can jump into without having played the last multiple expansions of Destiny 2. We've got a Dave Mack that plays Destiny 2 as well. Being a different Alex is for the best. You want to be a different Alex. You don't want to be that other one. No offense, other Alex. Yeah. This Alex isn't as dry. Yeah. You thought Game Pass became a thing since then, but okay. You didn't know anything about Xbox before Go Live. Fair enough. Fair enough. We need a deals channel in Discord. Do we, FCW? You keep running across deals and you don't want to put them in the giveaways. Okay. If you want to share deals and things, I will set up a deals section in the Discord. Crafty Martin, how's it going? What are you playing? Shots fired? No, I don't fire shots. Maybe I do. I don't know. But what, FCW, what have you found as a brilliant deal right now that's made you just decide that we need a deals section? Make it members only or we'll get scammers in there. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Is that not what it's for? Is it not the best deals on cryptocurrency and NFTs? Yeah, in Discord. Where else would it be, episode? Where else would it be? How dare you say that I have skinny legs while I'm trying to do a virtual reality stream? How am I supposed to concentrate on shooting zombies when you're judging me? Crafty, you've nearly finished Hellblade 2 and you're playing Forza. You've definitely nearly finished Hellblade 2. Like, if you started playing Hellblade 2, then you've nearly finished Hellblade 2. Because it is short. How would I describe my legs? Functional. Which is what I need them to be. This was not an invitation to pass judgment and commentary on my legs. Episode 13. It's outrageous. You keep running across great games for $5 and such, and each time you didn't know where to put them, so you put them in PC chat since it was Steam. Yeah. I will set that up, FTW. Remind me if I forget, because I will forget, but I will set that up. 2 years of Game Pass Ultimate for 52 quid. Yeah, I'm not good at finding deals for that. I'm not good at managing my subscriptions whatsoever. What's my favorite takeaway? The world's best curry house is a mere 15-20 minutes away, and I don't use it nearly enough. I've been trying to figure out a way to get my kids into eating curry, because they don't like spice at all. Like they won't eat black pepper without it being too much for them. So I need to introduce them onto some really gentle, like buttered chicken or whatever, so that we can more regularly get the curries. What's my go-to curry? It depends. Depends how much I feel like sweating. So if I'm not supposed to be on the non-game stuff yet, but I can really, really, really sweat at the hot curry, but enjoy them. So if I'm going to be eating in the dark at home, then I'll go. This place is like hotter than usual, so their Madras is very hot, but their Vindaloo is nuclear, and I will have one of those quite happy. If I'm going to be eating where people can see my face, then not one of those. Then it'll be they do a really nice one that begins with P. It might be a Pathia, but it might be something else, or a Buna. Those are both delicious. Many curries. Oh, why? Why would you make me so hungry? Q&Asa, you got one more achievement on Hellblade 2, and you need them. Fair enough. I don't. I also have the one more achievement to get on Hellblade. I think I uninstalled it today. I don't know why. I just felt like uninstalling things so that I could download and install more things. What level am I on Final Fantasy XIV? On Final Fantasy XIV, I am level 42 is my highest, I think. But I've not been doing my duties on it. So I've got, it's a Dragoon at 42. Maybe even 41, but I've utterly failed to keep the family unit together on Final Fantasy XIV. So my oldest lad does still play it, and he's working his way through whatever the first expansion is called. Forgotten the name of it now. My wife has stopped because we're about the same level and I haven't played it, so she hasn't played it. And my other lad has just stopped as well because he doesn't have the patience for it, I don't think. FTW, yeah. Yeah. So, there was another question that I just missed. And I can't find my cursor. Can't look to be suffering while in public. No, exactly, JJ. Exactly. I have a talent for sweating when I need to. Year 42 as well. Good. I will jump on it in the near future. You can talk about Burger King as much as you want, because I don't overly care for Burger King. It's not very nice to me, so how about it? That doesn't make me hungry. Colin Prime, War Within beta is out. I don't want to play the beta, but I do want to play War Within. I haven't played Dragonflight or the one before. So part of me wants to burn through the basic content on those two expansions. Ready for War Within, but I'm clearly not going to be ready for War Within, so... I know if Replicant's here, I'm not using a bloody leveling token. Get out with your tokens. I resent them, so I save them. Baz, you tried a strange game the other day called Tell Me Why, free on Xbox at the minute. Yeah, I've finished Tell Me Why. It's okay. It's okay. It's a don't nod thing with the twins, isn't it? I wouldn't strongly recommend it, but like you say, it is free at the moment, so may as well at least redeem it. It's also on Game Pass though, so depends how valuable the free is to you. You're off to bed, no worries, Just James. Thanks for staying up, sticking around and saying hello before you went off. I know that the 10 o'clocks are too late for you, so that's awesome. You need to move chat to the left. Wait a minute. You need to move chat to the left. Oh, you mean because I'm looking the wrong way? So for me, this is my right. If you want me to look over here for chat, what I actually need to do is get a teleprompter so that I'm looking at you to talk to you. I'm looking the right way for you. No, I'm not. Over here is where my chat is. And it is like, it's a problem I'm aware of. I would much rather be like looking at you while I'm talking to you, but Life is Strange was very good back in the day, but then I never bothered to do Before the Storm or the other bits and pieces. Chat is obscuring my face? What do you mean chat is obscuring my face? There's no chat on my screen. Crafty Martin, I think this is your YouTube setup. I can't move that. I can't move the chat overlay because it's not real. For me, there is no chat. Nothing in front of my face. But there are different ways of viewing YouTube, so if you've got it displaying chat as an overlay, then yes, I will be sitting behind it. Cuckoo-ca-choo. Everyone move on 3. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm ready to not move. I don't know. Isla gets it, so it's a thing. Before the Storm was boring. Have I beaten the new Doom game? I actually haven't. Doom Eternal I haven't beaten. I can't remember how far. I'm assuming that I beat 2016. And I played a bunch of Doom Eternal, but I wanted to save... they introduced all the ray tracing and stuff, and it's got all of this HDR stuff. And it just tore me on display technology. Because my my TV with HDR doesn't have a nice high Doom appropriate frame rate, and I didn't want to drop down to 60 frames per second and play it on the TV with my uncomfortable mouse position because Doom is very twitchy. But I didn't want to play it on my monitor without HDR either, so I paused thinking that I was going to get all kinds of new displays and I would play it on there. I haven't got those new displays yet, so I haven't finished Doom Eternal, and I really want to because I want to do the Ancient Gods part 1 and 2 as well. I think I'd probably love it very much because I do like Doom an awful lot. If you're watching on TV, chat goes over my face. I understand that, and maybe one day I'll shift things around so that I am on the left of all of my scenes. It would have worked okay on this one to be on the left, to be fair. Something to bear in mind. I didn't actually know that until now. This is learnings for me. And you might think I could easily move myself across. The thing is, I've got... if I am playing trailers and things, which I'm not at the moment, all of that kind of stuff appears over there as well. So it is a little bit of tweaking and sorting stuff out. How's it going, Luke? I know what you're playing because you came on the Arcadia Roundtable yesterday and told me all about it. Unless you played anything new today. Tony. Glad you're here, Tony, but stop saying things. You're playing Minecraft? Good. Good, I'm glad you're playing Minecraft. I will play Minecraft soon as well. A bit, at least. Yeah, you're right, Baz. You don't... I think having text all over my face is a good thing, actually. So, look, you think the issue now is that you finished that game, so you're in a post 1000x resist. Okay. Snap out of it, Luke. Play something good. Go and do some Doom. I'm still a little bit offended that you talked about that game being this cerebral experience with a really deep story, and then we're like, probably not something you would like, Asa. You're too much of an idiot for this game. It's not your kind of thing. How dare you? Minecraft update. Yes, it has an update coming out on the 13th. Called... I don't fucking know. It's got like mines and some weird dungeon content. Not mines. I don't know what it's got. Isla knows what it's got, probably. I know it's got something that sounded like it was trying to be a light rogue-like dungeon delve. Which didn't sound like a particularly good fit at all, but maybe it is, I don't know. Luke, you're only joking because it's so gameplay light and you didn't think I'd be game for that. Yeah, I know you didn't. Not cerebral. I understand. New decorative copper blocks and a copper lamp. There you go. So, let's talk about, I don't know, topics-wise. I don't want to do topics. So what we've got is we had the, who won the mob vote? I don't know. We had this PlayStation thing. Behemoth looks really cool. Astro has replaced Sackboy forever. All of the stuff that we talked about on the Arcadia Roundtable yesterday. I don't want to talk about the PlayStation Showcase again. But that's only true if you don't want to talk about it. If you put something in chat or in the Q&A box or whatever, asking questions about it, then I'll end up talking about it. How good is Hypercharge? Who's played it? So FTW, I played it like a year and a half ago. So I don't feel it's particularly like smart of me to pass any kind of judgment on it, because a year and a half is time enough for things to change. When I played it, it was small. It looked like it looks on the screen there. It looks very nice. I like and they've got a really nice kind of plastic material going on to cover all of the toys and everything. It felt fine to play, but it had very little to do in it at that point in time. It had a tutorial, and it had like a multiplayer kind of deathmatchy mode, and it had its PvE at that point in time was just a little wave-based thing. Very, very basic. It just stuck you in a level and some plastic crap would run at you, and you just had to survive through, I think, 3 waves and then kill a bigger toy, and that was the entirety of it. I don't think they've gone for like a big story campaign or anything like that, but I suspect it's got more content than it had back then. And you don't necessarily need a lot of content if you're into the competitive part, the multiplayer part. So I think it's got about 10 different maps, which is not that sparse for a bit of multiplayer. I've heard people say that the snap-on kind of auto-aim is very, very strong, which some people will enjoy well enough, and for some people that will take away longevity of it, I guess. But yeah, Chronic said that he's ill, so he'll be away resting for a few days. Yes, he did. Chronic's caught a bug from his lad and taking some rests. So he has been popping in and saying hello and stuff every now and again in the past, so he's okay. He'll be back soon. Tom, you got an over chatty housemate. I think she may have been on the Pepsi. You didn't get the subtle hints that you just want to listen to this and eat. Well, put it out really loud, Tom. Let me read these messages, and then the subtle hint will have got across in the most awkward of ways. I hope that's not what just happened. Yeah, do I? Kind of hope that it is. No, I don't. No, I don't want to make things awkward. So, yeah, get well soon, Chronic. Absolutely. I know that Wayne's been suffering a bit as well, so speedy recovery for him as well. FCW, you'd get it if it was played on community nights a decent bit. I can't promise it. I don't want to tell people you have to get this game, because oh, Dave, hold on. Dave, I'm gonna really disappoint you in just a moment. So, in fact, I'm going to really disappoint you right now because I lost my train of thought. So, I haven't finished Rebirth yet, and I've never played Crisis Core. So, I can't tell you. But what I can tell you is I'm actually thoroughly enjoying playing the original. Alongside with what I have seen from Remake and Rebirth. To put them together in that way and play the original again right now, it's really good. So that would be my recommendation over Crisis Core at the moment. I think Crisis Core as a standalone experience doesn't hold up to the other ones, but does fill out bits and pieces that you won't have seen otherwise. So no, Stephen, don't. How can you tell him to go from 7 to 15? That's such a terrible cliff drop in quality. I was, though, Dave, while I was playing Final Fantasy VII original Krusty Classic, a chap called Sephiroth came along, not the one from the game, an actual person using the name, came along into Twitch chat and told me about a list of mods that they've got. So if you'd prefer to modernize the original Final Fantasy VII, keeping all the gameplay intact and all the rest of it, you can upscale all of its graphics and stuff and get it fully voice acted and 16:9 ratio and all that kind of stuff. So there are options. Play it as it was released or pretty it up on the PC, but that would be my recommendation. Play the original. Still really good. I even survived the stupid stealth section today. FTW, you can't wait for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming to PC. I'm with you, or I was really looking forward to that until I played Final Fantasy VII Remake on PC the other day. Rebirth definitely needs a bit of extra hardware behind it. Like it's a gorgeous game, but if you can match up the looks with some more performance, it will be really impressive. Because it definitely pushes like a little above what the PlayStation 5 is really comfortable with. So it does impact it some. But the PC version won't necessarily have that performance based on what I saw in Remake. I didn't mod... FTW, are there mods for Remake that fix the performance? Because if so, that might be my answer. Maybe, yeah, I'm going to look into that actually and try that. Rebirth, though. I'm thinking PlayStation 5 Pro might be the answer for that one, to be honest. Controversial, because a lot of people love their PCs and would scoff at the idea of trying to, like, actually opting to play on a console over a PC. But so FTW, you can put it in DirectX 11, but that doesn't support HDR, or it didn't at launch. And that's like, the game is mastered for HDR. It's not one of these games that is basically the same in SDR and you're not missing out on a lot. You are missing out if you play that one in DirectX 11. I'd rather play the PlayStation 5 version at a slightly lower dynamic resolution or whatever, because it's decent from what I've seen of it on there. And I have it on both, so that is, like, I have the luxury of choice on what platform to play it on. Dave, I'm playing original Final Fantasy VII on the Xbox at the moment when I stream it, and I'm having a good time. Again, like, you might look at it and go, blah, old games, I feel sick now. But for me, I'm enjoying it. So FTW, you remember me saying that, but HDR is shit for you since your monitor doesn't do it well anyway. Yeah, I play on my TV. It's not like a really good TV, but I'd still prefer it. Crafty Martin, will I be streaming the showcase on Sunday? Probably not, because there is a great chance that I'm not home in time for it. I'm out on Sunday, like, awkward coincidence. So if I am back in time, then I'll think about doing something, but I definitely can't commit to doing it on this or any other channel. If I am home, can I? It's possible, Wyler, but there is also everyone's favourite content creators that are far more charismatic than me will also be watching alongside, so, you know, you wouldn't want to watch it with me and I am a boring face. Would I play Lords of the Fallen on Game Pass? I intend to play Lords of the Fallen on Game Pass, yes. I intended to play it anyway before it was even coming to Game Pass. I don't own it, but I was going to get to it at some point. What time is it on Sunday? In the UK, it's at 6 o'clock, I think. Did YouTube delete that again? No, I deleted it. Did you say you're going to kill me? Are you threatening people again, Isla, or is there something else? I've done shows before. Yes, episode 13 I have. And thank you for saying that you would watch it with me. We'll see. We'll see what the day holds up. But it starts at 6 o'clock UK time, and I don't think I'll be home. FTW, it went for a stuttery mess, and then DirectX 11, it was a great experience. You also had to edit some files, so it was a good couple of hours before you got it to be a great experience on PC. The thing about it is I launched it on the PlayStation 5 afterwards, after seeing the PC one, and it got me down a little bit because I'd started streaming it and I was like 3 hours in, planning to play it in step with Final Fantasy 7, so that I could do the comparisons and all the rest of it. Not formal comparisons, but just like, this is nice to experience kind of comparisons. And it performed like utter dog shit around the slums and ruined my plans. So I downloaded it on the PlayStation 5 to have a look at it, just to see how bad a drop, because PlayStation 5 has the whole performance quality mode thing, which I'm not usually a fan of, but the performance mode, at least in the opening areas, was very crisp and nice. So I think I would be like quite content playing it there. But Rebirth definitely could use some extra oomph. Anyway, my plan of playing it in lockstep wasn't going to go too well anyway, because I've got to the kind of the end of remake story-wise within about 4 hours of Final Fantasy VII, which is cool. Read yours. You are after violence. You said you'd lick the other content creators. That's nice. I'm not gonna reverse any words in there. Just gonna leave that as you would lick the other content creators. Get a chocolate and a hot water bottle. Yes. So FCW, you got 20 minutes into the PC version and then you went on a fixing spree. I found it performed okay until I got into like the slums and the places that have NPCs around. But you managed to turn it into a great experience. I do still love the game, even though the side quests are turd. They're awful, some of the side quests, but overall, especially going through 7 again as I am now and seeing it all come through, is such a nice homage to 7. Remake has done so well. Evening Darge, how's Elden Ring treating you? And I saw another name up there. I saw Michael, didn't I? What did Michael say? Sure, I'm scrolling. Sorry for missing it until now. Missed it forever. There it is. Kenna. Oh no, I wish that game hadn't come back. Kena Bridge of Spirits has been announced for Xbox. Such a cool game, definitely worth picking up for the Xbox guys. Kena is from Ember Studios. They were 2 brothers with a team around them, but their background was CGI, animation, like Pixar style stuff. And they brought that to bear in the game, which I'm going to bring up now because we haven't had a trailer for a while. YouTube. Kena Bridge Spirits. Just going to do the release trailer from the PlayStation because it's the same game. Although, interestingly enough, they are releasing this on the Xbox One as well, which is a bold choice. It is pretty. I did start it at some point. I definitely didn't finish it. Wait, so FCW, when I said that you can get Final Fantasy VII OG to have full voice acting on PC, I got you very intrigued to look at things for the OG version. Yeah, FCW, I can't remember what the fella said. He gave me there's a Final Fantasy VII dedicated mod manager, and it's a list of 13 mods that completely changes the experience apparently, which I'm quite happy, honestly I'm quite happy playing it as is. But certain things definitely don't blow up nicely onto the big TV. Certain things are staircasey, jagged as fuck. I still love it, so I'm fine. I'm playing it as is. But I can see the appeal of modding it as well. Darge, did you have Margit? Have you, Darge? Have you done Margit yet? Had you not done that before? When I popped into your stream yesterday, you were doing parts of Elden Ring that I had never seen before. That weird shade thing, I'd never been there. Didn't look particularly difficult. Dr. Scotty, you had a lot about Kena. I'm going with Kena. When the trailers came out, Cricket's when the game came out. It's okay, right? Its most outstanding quality is clearly its animation quality, right? And the gameplay doesn't match up to the quality of animation, but it's not terrible or bad either. It's just I don't know, kind of old. It felt kind of old in its level design and things like that to me, but I didn't get that far into it. And I might be confusing it as well. What was that game that came to Game Pass where you had to fight all the gunk? It might have been called the gunk. I confused Kanan with the Gunk in that they both felt kind of old. The Gunk, yeah, it was the Gunk. They have parallels in level design. And some people like the Gunk and some people like Kana. But Dr. Scott said, yeah, that's where I place Kana, alongside the Gunk, except with nicer... it does have really nice animation, character art and all the rest of it. So, what am I talking about? I don't probably know. That was the PlayStation showcase. Stick questions in there about particular things. I'm actually quite interested in the Dynasty Warriors game. Dynasty Warriors, because I always look at those. I like the Musu games in general. Don't play many of them. Played some, but that series is numbered up to like 16 or something. There are so many of them that I can't jump into it, not knowing who's who and what's what. But the one that they showed in the showcase was Origins. So origin stories for various characters, which is a fine jumping in place if I want to. Messy as those games are. Has no one got the OST yet? I'm surprised. Whoa. Delicious. So, water's really good. People should drink water. It's nice. Let's talk about the showcases that are coming up. There are some showcases that are coming up. There's going to be loads of games. Fantastic. That's all I've got for you on showcases. But if you want to throw predictions, hopes, or whatever you want into chat, then do it. Oh, which 5000 series laptop do I recommend? I've got no idea, Alex. I don't know laptops. Love to help you, but I don't know. If you're on our Discord, then ask around there, because we have quite a few people in there that follow hardware a lot more closely than I do. But if I follow hardware, it makes me want to buy things that I can't buy, so I try not to look. There is a type of water, Tom. You can do that. How's the pea fritter? No one's got pea fritters. What are you talking about? Mass bird grave. Okay. 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 I don't have any pets at the moment. I had lots of pets as a kid and got massively traumatized, as did both of my sisters. None of us keep pets. So there's a little story for you. Tom, you've got a pea fritter. You've not only got a pea fritter, have you? That's accompanying some other foodstuffs, I'm assuming. Traumatized how? Oh, Isla, you did not want to know. Just accept that part of the story. Accept the conclusion, the moral of the story. I don't have any pets. Neither of my sisters have any pets. Inflicting pets on children doesn't necessarily go well. Not inflicting, but you know. You know. That's a shame. Is it episode 13? Maybe. But it's not that I dislike animals or anything like that. It's much deeper trauma than that. Yeah. Well, this wasn't really inflicting. I couldn't call it inflicting bilious because they were definitely pets that I wanted and chose and demanded and all the rest of it. And same for my sisters. They got pets that they wanted. So not inflicted. But fish cake, chips and peas, and the peas. Got you the pea fritter. Okay, cool. Tom, you usually have good food. And I am hungry. So, the show has gone sad. No, the show's not gone sad. We're talking about pea fritters. You like pea fritters? Baz fixed it. I can't see Baz's message. Wait, got kicked in the balls by a donkey. Wait a minute. Oh, that's my trauma. I'm surprised that you managed to guess it first time. I am surprised how quick that was. Episode 13 feels sad. No, we don't put Q&Asa on to make everybody feel sad. People didn't get pets and they have deep feelings now. That's Isla, that's not people. Not that Isla's not a person, but she's not plural. FTW has taken it that Baz has been kicked in the balls by a donkey. Stephen, you killed a gerbil when you were a kid when you thought you could make a parachute and threw it down the stairs and the parachute failed and you feel horrible to this day and you haven't had a gerbil since. See, Stephen is traumatized. That is not a close parallel for my stories. And yeah, that is sad. Sorry, Stephen, that's not a good memory to carry, but you were a kid, right? And the parachute's a brilliant idea. Everybody did it with like toy soldiers and things, so why wouldn't you do it with a gerbil? I mean, now as grown-ups we know why you wouldn't do it with a gerbil, but you didn't know back then. Isla is a devil bird, she'd eat your socks. What the fuck? A snake got loose in the dodgy part of town the other day. I had a pet snake that got loose and terrorized a primary school for about 6 months. So that was a good time. Long time ago, but it was a good time. What are we talking about? You hate snakes, you're generally petrified of them, and you'd hate that too. I hope that you weren't at the primary school that my snake terrorized, JJ. I don't want to be responsible for your fear of snakes. It's her old video. Oh no. Oh no. So. Oh, Baz, it doesn't. Don't make it sound so wrong. Come on now. Let's do the questions, because I need to do the questions. Isla, could you put the questions, please? Please explain JRPGs to me. It's from episode 13. Please explain JRPGs to me and give me some classic examples of Oracle. And how are the ducks? I don't know how the ducks are. I don't regularly converse with them. Japanese RPGs are RPGs from Japan. Typically associated with turn-based combat is how that line of them kind of evolved, but they don't have to be. There's many, many good ones. Grandia and Final Fantasy. I've never played Chrono Trigger. You know, this is a follow-on from a conversation we were having earlier while I was playing Final Fantasy VII, around whether Shenmue is an RPG and things like that. And I don't like being overly strict or claiming authority and being pedantic about game genres. Like, the labels have their uses, but it's not something to be all precious and silly about and get upset about who calls what an RPG. Like, who gives a shit? They're games. It's different ways to describe them. But Japanese RPGs would generally evoke thoughts of the likes of Final Fantasy that you saw earlier. And you got their tactics RPGs, like Shining Force. Those count as well. Fire Emblem, those count. Lost Odyssey is a brilliant one. Blue Dragon. I got Infinite Undiscovery today. There are so many of them. And I'm going to play loads of them. Skies of Arcadia, Grandia 1, 2, and 3. If you're not sure what they are, then keep an eye on the Asa Games YouTube channel, because I'm hopelessly addicted to them. And you'll be seeing many of them streamed, including Blue Dragon. Blue Dragon will be streamed. Blue Dragon's not a particularly good one, by the way. I know you want it because the characters look Dragon Ball. Oh, Dragon Quest, that's another one. If you want to try a JRPG that has Akira Toriyama's art, character design and style, do Dragon Quest 11. Can't remember if that's still on Game Pass or if it's dropped off by now. You were wrapped up? Yeah, we're all good, Dodge, no problem. Let's have the next question, please. Is Dragon Quest good? Not necessarily. Some people really love Dragon Quest 11. I got about 30 hours into it and didn't really love it, but I do want to go back to it. They are They are good. Blue Dragon's not bad. It's just very... It falls very short of Lost Odyssey, I will say. Don't second guess yourself, you're doing great. What are you talking about, Tony? I'm way past the second guess. I'm on like the 9th one, at least. Maybe add some zeros on there. And no, thank you, Tony. Much appreciated. Again, I always appreciate Tony. He's listed as being irredeemable on the Discord, but that's just a little joke. He's a good guy. Doesn't need redemption. Don't let him know that I said that though. So, quick quiz. Can you name 10 Pokemon? Also, my favorite Pokemon is yellow and has a constant headache. Which Pokemon is it? I know Psyduck and Pikachu, Blastoise and Charizard. Might have made that one up. And Squirtle and Blastoise. I might have already said that one. And there's a fish that looks like a heart or something. And there's an ice cream. And there's some ghosts. I just told me so many of the Pokemon, but the names of... I don't know. You got a yellow one with a headache. Which Pokemon is it? I don't know. Gen 1 only? I don't know the generations. Get out. Eevee? Is that one of the Pokemon? Yeah. More of a skill known, less than 10. If you gave me time, I could probably get there. But that might not be true. I might not be able to get there. Especially now that you've put a restriction on which generation, because I've never played these games. I don't know what generation they introduced various Pokemons. Arceus, the main one, the god, right? I said Psyduck. Psyduck has the headache, okay. I said something similar to Charizard. I guess Psyduck straight away, episode 13, because you're always talking about Psyduck, so it had to be. Luke's making stuff up. There was never a Pokemon called Jinx. I don't know why you'd pretend. Like, there's enough Pokemon in there that you can name real ones, Luke. Come on. Charizard. Yeah, okay, close enough. Whatever's. Charizard, same. Above Disc and Vanillux. Okay. Charizard. And Charizard, right? They're evolutions of the same one. Barely got to 6. Shut up. Matchup and Onyx are cool. Mew. So, look. Let's not judge me for not knowing. It's like me asking episode 13 to name 3 Lost Odyssey characters. Can't. He's never played it. I've never played Pokemon. Love Disc is the heartfish and Vanillux is the ice cream. Thank you. Luke, I'm going to play many Nintendo games that I haven't played. And we're going to discuss specific series and things on the Nintendo podcast and figure out a formula. Pokemon is more popular. I don't care. Lost Odyssey is better. And I will die on that hill. Despite having not played Pokemon, so I really shouldn't volunteer to die on that hill. It could be that I play Pokemon and I'm like, wow, this is better than Lost Odyssey. It seems unlikely. You don't think you could name 10 Final Fantasy characters? I could do that one, but I'm not going to. You'll have the ice cream Pokemon. Look, bring up the next question. Let's just pretend that I got this one right. My kids have never watched Pokemon, no. I don't even know, do they still make Pokemon as a TV series? I've got lots of nieces and nephews. They're all strange little children of corn looking motherfuckers, but I've got lots of them and they are really into Pokemon and know all of them. So you're right, it is still a thing with the kids, but it was never a thing with my 2 lads. Pokemon Red on Game Boy is the only one that you liked. Okay, they still make it, but Ash is retired. Retired? See, you know, I like it when my main characters are killed off, not retired. So they've already failed. Pokemon's running so long that you can make a random sounds and you've got a 50-50 chance that it's a Pokemon. Yes, Dr. Scott, see, I could have done. I tried. Some of the things I said were definitely not real. Tom, you couldn't name any of the things that have been talked about this naming conversation. No. Good, thank you. Is the trash bag Pokemon called Isla? I can imagine there's a Pokemon called Isla, yes. It being a trash bag is a little bit harsh. Right, the next question says, XSP next week thumbnail, Minecraft, okay, thanks. And that's from Isla. Xbox expansion pass, how's it going, Luke? Luke, name 10 Pokemon. You don't have to, I totally failed, but that is the current thing that's going on. Garbodor, no, stop making stuff up. Let's have the next one, please. Isla, that wasn't a question. That was, I guess you could call it a request. And I'm not against it entirely, but at the same time, next week we will have had at least 10 brand new, super exciting Xbox games announced. So the Minecraft patch is very unlikely to make the cut on next week's thumbnail, but on some other occasion, or who knows, maybe there'll be some brilliant Minecraft news for you that will be the talk of everybody. It was a quiz, don't be mean. I'm not being mean, episode 13. I actually quite liked the question. I quite liked the question, I just couldn't answer it. It's a massive Xbox-owned IP on the day that it's most SEO relevant. Yeah, but SEO's not going to know what's on the thumbnail. And anybody that's tuning into next week's show to hear about Minecraft will be sorely disappointed and they'll smash the dislike button. Even if we did talk about it a little bit. Put Minecraft in the title, maybe. Maybe. I'll try and play it before then as well. That's what's the topics for today. TJI, there are no topics for today because, you know. In fact, so Xbox expansion pass, Luke that's just shown up, asked me very nicely, and I genuinely appreciate the invitation because people don't very often invite me to go and talk on things. Luke asked me to go on to his Xbox Showcase prediction podcast, and I said in reply, like, thanks very much, but I don't really do predictions, so I probably can't. And I didn't go on it because I don't really do predictions. So that's still true. I'm still not throwing predictions at you for the showcase. I like, it's like a really fine line. I like the excitement and enthusiasm for the show and the hype that gets people talking about it and gets people making predictions. But I hate the aftermath of people trying to, like, claim smugness about anything that they guessed correctly. So I just stay clear of the whole thing, typically, because otherwise, you know, I guess far too many things right. It's also, it puts you in a really awkward position when you've heard leaks and rumors and things to then go and do like fake predictions of things that you haven't already heard, or to mask things as your own ideas and all the rest of it, and it just becomes a weird little mini game. So I really like Luke and his Xbox content. Episode 13, if you're not already subscribed to the Xbox expansion, then get over there because it is a good channel and Luke is a good guy. Not Luke Steele, the other Luke. Luke is also good. We have two Lukes now. Yeah, many Lukes. Everybody's called Luke. So probably a Pokemon called Luke as well. You can have a look at Gears 6 is going to kill it. Yeah, Baz when Gears 6 shows up, I'm sure. I'm sure it'll be thumbnail worthy. Let's have... Oh wait, shit, the next question's already there. Did you see that Jeff Grubbers teased Dragon Age 4 on the Kind of Funny podcast for the Xbox Showcase? JJ, I had heard ahead of that we were seeing Dragon Age 4 in this upcoming showcase, as well as wild rumors that maybe it even comes out this year, which would be lovely. I am very much looking forward to Dragon Age 4, and be it Summer Game Fest, be it the Xbox Showcase, be it anywhere else. It's well overdue a good showing. What are you linking? XCP, Xbox Expansion Podcast, Luke's channel. He was in chat a couple of minutes ago. I don't know how easy it is to just pull the link from there, but was announced a while ago. Could use some details about it. Dragon Age 4 was announced a while ago, yeah, Dreadwolf. But speculation that it will be properly revealed. It was announced years ago, wasn't it? Like before the next Mass Effect was announced, which was also like a long time ago. So definitely in the works. We've definitely had CGI trailers of a smeggy roguelike character doing roguey things. It's had a long time in development. So hopefully that'll have a really big showing. And we're not particularly short on high fantasy games, so it's been on Go Live. Yes, he has. He has been a Taekwondo practitioner as well. All of the things that we like. TJI, you saw that Xbox YouTube posted a hype picture for the showcase, and one of the top comments with likes was someone saying, "Please don't announce any more studio closures." No, like, of course they're not going to at the showcase. But also, I don't mind that Xbox get that as feedback. Like, I know they know. It's, in a sense, it doesn't need saying because they're aware of it. But I actually think if people want to kind of hijack their marketing pushes to make a point that actually we as players don't very much enjoy studio closures, and that is like the negative publicity is something that could be weighed up, because we are aware and we are watching, actually probably does have some value to it. So I don't mind. I don't mind people trying to hijack marketing beats to boo them for the studio closures. If you're gonna have a voice, there aren't many other ways you can use it. So and I'm sure that when the showcase happens and those games are out, there'll be a lot of talk about the games. Not when the games are out, but when the showcase is live, when the showcase is done, there'll be a lot of talk about the games. But by all means, give the corporation a little kick as well at every opportunity. So let's do the next question. Crafty Martin. Well, I'll be streaming the showcase on Sunday, so I caught that when you put it in chat earlier. Again, not 100% sure, not expecting to be home in time for it. So, you know, we shall see. Didn't realise he was the Xbox chat. Episode 13, of course he's an Xbox chat, or I wouldn't have called your name out and said you in particular should get over there. Is he a teacher? He is a teacher, yes. You did not imagine that. TJ, so if gamers don't enjoy studio closures, then buy their games. That's the only currency that matters. That's like people protesting and not voting. People need to stop grandstanding. The thing with voting with your wallet is I agree with you entirely that that's where the real power is, but there's no nuance to it. You can't just vote with your wallet without using words to kind of clarify what your vote means, why you're doing it. Because otherwise, like, they can pass off all kinds of reasons and excuses that make them look and feel more comfortable in the boardroom, rather than truly understanding what it is that people are either pleased with or unhappy about. So vote with your wallet and use your words is always what I would say people do if they feel strongly about something. It is late. I couldn't even name 10 Pokemon. Hang about. Why are you so full of rage, episode? You need to have a little nap or something. Tony, why are people so excited for the Xbox showcase? We're still waiting on games from over 2 years ago. Do you also not expect things like you, or am I hyped to the point of having another child? I'm not going to have another child by looking forward to an Xbox show. Tony, that's not how it works. I think you're aware. I mean, I don't know how else you managed to get a child, but you definitely have one. So let's say, yeah, I'm excited for the Xbox showcase. Like I say, Tony, at the moment, I'm really into my retro games, and all of the new stuff is just happening on the side. So I think it's fair to be hyped for it. release dates aside, and I know that you're very disappointed by Xbox's release cadence up to this point, and I know that you're adamant that we're not going to have a good 2024 because all of the things that they said are this year but have not put firm dates on, you don't believe are coming. And I respect your opinion on that, I really do. At the same time, they've bought ZeniMax, they've bought Activision Blizzard King, and they've bought them 5 or 6 other studios as well. And in amongst all of those studios are a lot of talented developers and a lot of IP that I'm really fond of. So, setting Xbox's competency in actually releasing things aside for a moment, this showcase is the window to see what a lot of talented creatives are working on. For that reason, I'm hyped, you could say. Yes, I am. I want to see. And you know me, I'm ever skeptical of Microsoft and Sony and any big corporation and the direction that they want to take gaming overall. I'm ever skeptical that they're going to care about me in 10 years' time. But like the stuff that I love about gaming comes from creatives, and Microsoft own a lot of those creatives. So yes, I'm hyped to see what they are doing. Episode, who are you saying has a similar brain to you? It better not be me after the similar legs comment. Realistic isn't the same as negative, no, and I'm not I don't typically get lost in the hype and then come away massively disappointed after the show or massively overexcited, really. I'm fairly hard to sway when it comes to marketing and things like that. Fairly resilient to the corpo speak, but I do want to see the games. Your pancakes, yes, you did draw those. You did indeed. Oh, I see. You think you're the same as Isla. That's fine. That's fine. As long as it's not me, we're all good. Which are my gaming stream days? Alex, like all of them. I stream all the time. All the time. Saturdays and Sundays we do community streams on the Gaming Arcadia channel, but weekdays I do bits and pieces all over the place on the Asa Games channel. So I stream a lot. Sometimes multiple times a day, sometimes not. So let's have the next question. Dr. Scott, so you get hyped like you do for a movie. It's fun to watch them, and then you're done. You don't care what promises are made. Stephen Southwick, if you could pick any upcoming game to release right now, what would you pick and why? Stephen, if I could pick any upcoming game to be released right now, I would say no thank you. Please don't release anything right now. I haven't finished Final Fantasy VII yet. I'm busy. Just hold off a little while longer. I don't need something new today. Aside from that, this is gonna sound like a lie, but one of the games that I'm most anticipating is Behemoth, which is a VR game. Because if you talk about, I'm not even sure there. If you talk about gaps in catalog though, there's loads of games on the consoles and PC that I'm really looking forward to. Really looking forward to Avowed, really looking forward to Dragon Age 4, really looking forward to a fuck ton of games that are coming out. But I do have a fuck ton of games to play. Whereas in VR it's definitely thinner. So if you're looking, if I'm looking pragmatically at what I would like to release sooner rather than later, it's Behemoth. I kicked you in the head multiple times. That makes me sound like an asshole, which is fine. I pretty much fit the description, so let's go with it. I was disappointed with E3 closing. We were going to meet up and cosplay. Me as Colossus and you as Sackler. Colossus is in the X-Man character. Or a different kind of Colossus, like Colossus from Shadow of the Colossus. You saw Hellsweeper in VR. Am I trying to kill you? You can barely support Doom Eternal. You can barely support Doom Eternal. You mean Hellsweeper would make you sick? It's actually surprisingly not as bad as it looks. It's a game that gives you a lot of options in terms of mobility, but also a developer that does understand VR. So I didn't get sick playing it, but I know you haven't done a lot. It's my fault you haven't done a lot. I'm supposed to play with you. So, okay, stay out of Hellsweeper for the time being. Leave that one to me, and we'll find some more gentle games. Arizona Sunshine, I'm not necessarily recommending you go for that straight away, Tony, but it has a much slower, more comfortable moving pace. So that might be a fun one at some point when the price is there for you. Alex, cool. Which game am I planning to stream next? You just started Immortals of Avium. You find it more story related, but it's good. I've got a review on this channel for Immortals of Avium. I quite liked it overall. So maybe finish playing it and then see the review and see if you agree with it. It's not got spoilers or anything in the review, but as you're playing it anyway, you might as well wait till you're done. Which game am I streaming next? I stream multiple things at once. I'm a bit all over the place. So today I was streaming Final Fantasy VII Classic. Yesterday I also streamed Final Fantasy, but I also did Arizona Sunshine on my VR treadmill, which is a little bit more unique. I did Galactica last week. I've done Dragon's Dogma 2 is high on the list. I've got a lot of games on the list to stream. Good question, SCW. Has Tony played Saints and Sinners? I've recommended it enough times. You can stab zombies with a spoon. It's brilliant. If you're always in the shadow of the Colossus, do you ever truly know that the Colossus exists? Yes, Tom, you do. Shadows don't blind you to the object that's casting the shadow. What world do you live in? If you're in the shadow of a tree, do you know the tree exists? Yes, because you can see the tree. Same thing, Tom. That's my understanding of the, light and shadow sciences. Stephen, yes, travel sickness tablets are a shortcut to being immune to VR motion sickness. I already told you. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be snappy with it, but really, I'm just relieved that was an easier question than usual. This is episode 13. It's not a bad thing if we have a small similarity. I mean, we both enjoyed the Dreamcast. You enjoyed Ducks and Pancakes. Maybe not similar brains, but some things. No, episode 13. I'm caught up on the legs. More so than the brain thing, even though a brain is clearly more significant than legs. I'm caught up on that because of over 20 years training my legs to kick people, and then you to go, haha, your legs are pathetic. That was a sad moment for me. Not that sad though, don't worry, I'm only messing around. Make myself feel better by kicking people. Am I streaming all the upcoming gaming events, including Summer Game Fit? Nah. I don't, much as Tony says, don't second guess myself. I don't do reaction content. My face doesn't move enough. I don't cry, shout, yell at things. Leave my legs alone. Stop it. Look, I was moving you on from the legs conversation. There. This is a thing that Tony does to try and make me act uncomfortably on stream, and you're doing it more so than he does. Know that he does it to troll, so. I can't with this. Let's do the next question. You're off to bed. Good night. Oh, it's back to Isla. XSP next week thumbnail Minecraft. Okay, thanks. Well, I've been told. And that's it. That was all the questions done. It's 10 to 12, so. Again, sorry for starting late and not keeping you informed of what was going on. I had some stuff going on that got in the way. Hang about. World-renowned Geohound. You were just looking at this game. Hypercharge, it is Hypercharge, and it looks incredible. Takes you back to when you were a kid and all the toys and toy stores and everything. World-renowned Geohound, that is exactly what the game is supposed to do. Yeah, it's on Steam, it's on Xbox, and give it a go, you know. What are my thoughts on the game so far? So I did talk about it very briefly earlier. I haven't played it recently. The footage that's behind me in there was from like a year and a half ago in the early access Steam release. It is like, it legitimately does what it's telling you that it does. It doesn't have any kind of big story campaign or anything like that. It's 4 versus 4 multiplayer. It has some split screen and some like simplistic co-op stuff. So if you're not expecting something massively content rich, you just want to go into it because you like the look of it and you fancy shooting plastic toys, that's what it does. Stephen, when's the Nintendo podcast coming? FTW is supposed to ask that, not everybody. You just realised McGonagall's the Arcadia is Islet. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And she knows the answers on the Nintendo stuff more so than I do. You put it on your wish list, you may get it. You're just blown away at how little it's being talked about. The art direction is brilliant. They do nail the art direction because all of the plastics look so plastic. In the way the Hot Wheels games nail plastic, like the material is, that looks like plastic. Hypercharge does that as well. It does look nice, so there you go. But I can't tell you, I can't give you a massive recommendation on the game. I can only say what I've seen of it, which is a limited amount. So that's it. We've reached the end. The OST that nobody yelled. Don't think anybody yelled out what the OST is, which surprised me. A little bit. It's Soul Calibur 2. Background is Hypercharge, and I've got some Street Fighter props in front of me. That's what we've had for today. What is today? It's Wednesday, so tomorrow we've got the Xbox Series podcast, and that'll be Gamsey and Deadly Headley are going to be very enthusiastic on the predictions and speculation for the showcase, and I will be present. And we'll talk about things. It will be a good show, I am sure, so if you are available and interested, then please do shout for that. Pete! You're late. It's the end of the show, but welcome and thanks for stopping in. We're done. That is the end. So thank you for being here, everybody. And I'll see you in the Discord or on the YouTube channel or on the streams. And yes, Dr. Scottsy, I will be present. It's all we can ask. Good night, good evening, good dinners, all the things that you're doing. Yeah.